I'm so excited to share with you today how I do my eye makeup, or I should say one of my favorite ways to do my eye makeup. I am going to be using our eyeshadow palettes. As you can tell, it's very used. I use this almost every day, this particular palette. This is palette 1, and as you can see, it's got the brown and copper tones to it. So I'm going to be showing you how I do that today. And as you can see, I've already done one eye, so you can see the difference that it makes. And one of the things that I love to share is how to do your eyeshadow and use the eye palettes, because for me, prior to doing Younique, I was very overwhelmed and intimidated by eye makeup, and I didn't really know how to do it or where to start. So I'm going to show you a super simple way to do it, and that's one reason why I love the palettes, because it simplifies the process, because it's got everything you need pretty much in one palette. So you don't have to know, buy this color and buy that color and, well, does this go together? It's easy to buy the palette because it's all right there for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the shade Brassy. Brassy is this copper color right there. So I'm going to be using our shadow brush, our angled shadow sponge brush, which is the best brush to use for your palette especially. I'm going to be swiping it on that color. So just like 1, 2, 3 swipes is going to do it. So I'm going to be applying that to my lower lid. And I got to use my up close mirror because I can't see good. So I'm just going to brush it on. Light and simple strokes is always the way to go. You can always add more, but it's harder to take it off once you've got it on there. So just like that, I've got that color, which again is Brassy. I've got it applied to my lower lid. And now I'm going to take the color Sincere, and I'm going to put it in the very corner as well as up here under my brow line, because what that does is it's going to highlight your eye. And if you're ever on Pinterest or anything like that, you know that highlighting and contouring is a big thing right now. So simple way to highlight your eye is to take that brighter color, that Sincere, and put it right there in the inner corner. So I'm going to start. I'm going to try to let you see. And I'm just going to blend it up here, get a little bit more on my brush, and again, do it right under my brow line. You don't want to bring it too far down because we're going to put a darker color in the crease, which is going to contour your eyelid. So that's the next step. I'm going to now take Swanky, which is right here, and I'm going to be placing it, just 2 taps is all I did in there. A little bit goes a long way with most of our products because they are very high quality, concentrated products, so you don't have to use a lot. I bought this palette that I'm using a year ago when they first released it, and I still, as you can see, I'm just now seeing the bottom of one color, so they last a long time. So I'm going to take Swanky, and I'm going to put it not in my crease, but just above my crease. So I'm going to start on the outside, just above, like on your brow bone is what you're doing. Putting it on your brow bone, and you're going to bring it all the way in, just lightly, again, soft, light strokes. So there's Swanky. Now I'm going to take the color Zealous, which is obviously my favorite because that's the one that I'm seeing the bottom. Again, I'm going to do like 2 or 3 taps in there. And now what you're going to do is you want to place this exactly in the crease of your eye. One of the mistakes people make is they start at the very end of their eye and they don't come out any further. Well, when you bring it out further, you are making your eyes pop, you're making your eyes look bigger, and you're framing your eye. So here's the finished effect. That's what we're going for. So you're going to bring it out this outer corner, and you're going to come right into your crease with it. Another thing that I like to tell people is we tend to wipe makeup on. It's better to tap makeup, especially eyeshadow. tapping it into your skin is going to help it like take to the skin better, and it's just going to look a whole lot better. So I'm going to just, again, tap that into my crease, starting from the outside all the way in. And I'm going to come and I'm going to make a little corner here, like I did on my other eye, like I showed you. And you're going to bring it in just a little bit. You can see how I brought it in just a little, not even quite halfway. And then I'm just going to go back and make sure that my line is nice. You don't want your line perfect, obviously, because it's going to look really, you know, just not natural at all. So there it is. But we're not done yet, because as you can tell, it's not as blended as the other side. So next I'm going to take our liner shader brush. This is possibly my favorite brush that we sell, and for many reasons, but I'm going to show you 2 uses for this brush right now. I'm going to use the shading side, which as you can tell has the soft bristles, and I'm not even putting anything on it at all. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go over top of what I just did, starting on the inside, and just blend it a little bit. And you can even wipe it off. You don't want to blend your dark shadow up into your light shadow, so you can wipe it off on a tissue or a towel and just kind of blend it just to soften it a bit. So there's that. So now we've got our eyeshadow done, and as you can see, I brought it out. If you get a little bit you know, come down too far right here, it's easy to correct, especially if you do your eyes first, unlike I did today. If you do your eyes first, then you can fix anything and go back and do your concealer and your foundation. So, but what I do when I don't do it first, I just kind of wipe it and kind of smudge it in. So there you go. So now I'm going to be doing my eyeliner. We have amazing liner pencils. They are fantastic. They are smudge proof, waterproof. You can draw on your hand and you will see it there the next day, even after a shower. So I love our liners, but my favorite way to do my eyeliner is to use, again, the liner shader brush, but the other end, which is the liner side. Again, soft bristles. For me, I think that it just makes it so simple to do your eyeliner, and it's much more natural than the pencil it may be. So especially if you're kind of intimidated, or maybe you don't typically use an eyeliner, I would try this because I think you will really like it. And the reason for eyeliner, by the way, if you can see, look at the difference that eyeliner and mascara makes on this side versus this side. It really just makes the eye pop so much more, and it looks finished. This side to me looks very unfinished, and it just looks plain. So let me show you how I do my eyeliner. Now for this, you could use, if you just wanted to get one palette, you could stick with palette 1, like we just used all those colors. You could stick with palette 1, and you could actually use Forthright as your eyeliner. And I love Forthright, but just for today, I like to use palette number 2, which I also love. And I'm going to be using the color, ooh, I almost dropped it on myself. I'm going to be using the color Cocky. I love the names we have for our unique products, but I'm going to use the color Cocky, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that liner brush and I'm going to tap it in there a few times. Again, a little bit goes a long way. Now I'm going to start on the outside, and what you want to do is you almost want to line where you brought your eyeshadow out. You almost want to line right there for this look. There's many ways to do your eyeliner. If you like a certain wing or flare on it, go to Pinterest. You can see all kinds of tutorials on how to do your eyeliner. But for me, this is my favorite way to do it. So I'm going to start, again, out here where I brought that eyeshadow to. And see that I'm patting it. I'm not swiping it. I'm patting it. And you just pat all along your eyelid, your lash line. Just patting away. That's simple. And my top is lined, so now I'm going to go to the bottom again, starting from the outside. And you want to get as close to your where your lashes come out as possible. You don't want to bring it down too far. I'm going to go as close as possible. And again, I'm patting it in. Get a little bit more. And there we go. So now, because you want to make sure that your eyeliner connects, another mistake people make is they put it on the top and they put it on the bottom, but they don't bring it out and connect it. So you want to connect it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of pull it to there and just tap in that corner to make sure that it's good and connected. So there, eyeshadow is done. Big difference. You can see now that my eye is beginning to look like my other side. Next thing is mascara, our famous 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. I'm going to start with our eyelash curler. I have full lashes, but they are very straight and pokey. I have no curl or bend to my lashes. So I like to use the curler to get a little bit of curl in there. And before I put it on, I want to show you the difference. This is one coat of 3D Fiber Lash, and this is no mascara. So you can see it makes a difference. And again, this is one coat. You can do as many coats as you like, but I'm not going anywhere fancy today, so just one coat will do. So I'm going to put the eyelash curler on there. You want to get as close to your lash line as you can and pinch it. I hold it on there for a few seconds because again, I have no curl in my lashes, so it takes a minute for me to get it to be the curl that I like. So leave it on there for a second. And then what I do is I just take my liner brush again to touch up anywhere that the curler may have smudged, and it really didn't smudge any that time. But next step I'd like to do is I take our brow brush, and it's got, as you can see, it's got a brush side and a comb side. I like to take the comb side and brush through my lashes. What this does is it separates your lashes so that your mascara is going to go on smoother and it's going to look better. Now I'm going to take the mascara, the famous 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. Your tall one is your gel. Your small one is your fibers. So you always want to do gel, fiber, gel. You have to seal it with the gel or your fibers will end up all down here on your face if they're not sealed in. So gel, fiber, gel. So I'm going to start with the gel. You always want to twist your mascara in and out. You don't want to pump it. When you pump it, you're pumping air into it, which is going to cause it to dry out faster. I'm going to take the mascara and I'm going to start and do a top, on the top of my lashes first. You want to get a really nice even coat for this base coat because you have to give the fibers that you're about to apply something to stick to. So you really want to make sure that you get your eyelashes nice and coated with the gel. It's so funny because the first time I ever applied this, I thought, wow, do I even need fibers? Because I love the gel even by itself. And I do have customers that will use the gel for, alone, on a day-to-day basis and just save the fibers for whenever they're going out or they have something they really want to fix up for. So again, nice even coat. I'm going to twist it back in there. And pretty quickly, you want to get your fibers on there before your gel dries. So I'm going to take my fibers. I'm going to lightly brush them on, focusing on the tips of my lashes. You don't want to get too close to your lash line because you don't want these fibers in your eye. You just want them on the tips of your lashes. So I don't know if you can tell, but I've got the fibers on there. Now that would look really goofy if I didn't seal it. So that's why you always have to remember to seal with your gel. But you want to let them dry for a minute before you put your second coat of gel on. If I go ahead right now and put my gel on, some of those fibers are going to come off and you lose the full effect, and then they end up in your gel and they make kind of like a funky, I don't know, like goopiness to it. So you don't want to do that. Let it dry, let it sit for a minute. If I didn't already have my other eye, what I would do is apply gel fibers to one eye, go to the other eye, apply gel fibers, and then come back and seal each eye with my, my gel. So that way it would give a drying time there. So I'm going to go ahead now and do my sealing coat. So again, you want to start at the top. You want to make sure that you're sealing those fibers. Nice, even, thick coat to seal it. And again, I only do one coat. Rarely do I do more than one coat of the mascara because I do have long lashes. They're not super full, but I do have long lashes, but they're straight and sort of thin. So, but one coat seems to do it for me. If I have a wedding or something fancy, I'll do more than one. But I have customers that love to do 2 and 3 coats. It just depends on your personal preference. Another trick, I'm not going to do it right now, but you can also, once you get your sealing coat on, see, look at that, the difference from before to now. Once you get your sealing coat on, you can actually take your hair dryer and put it on the cool setting on low and hold your hair dryer up, blowing your eyelashes upward. That will also help curl your eyelashes. It will dry your gel, and it sort of softens the effect. It gives it, it almost like helps comb them a little bit or something. It just makes them look softer. So some of my customers love that tip and trick, and they do that as well. So that is how I do my eye makeup most days. Again, using palette 1. Almost all of the colors are versatile. You can switch it up. You can go as dark or as light as you would like. Again, this is just one look though. There's so many ways to do your eyeshadow, so many ways to do your eyeliner, but that's just my simple favorite way to do it. So wanted to share that with you today. If you have any questions at all, feel free to message me. I would love to give you any advice or help you out. Have a great day.